Alright, now we're gonna actually talk about camping. So, little background. He brought me camping every month since I was like, when did we start?
When you was 5.
So, when I was 5 to like the end of like middle school? Or?
Last month was the month just before COVID shut down.
Okay. So, from when I was 5, so kindergarten, all the way up until like 7th grade, we went camping every single month around state parks in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first question is just, how did we end up camping? Like, how did you discover the program? And, like, what is the program that we're in?
Well, your mother actually phoned me from work and asked me a question. You were 5, you just gone to school.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, would you like to take your daughter camping? Each month, it's fathers and their children. I'm led to believe that they eat well. There's just guys hanging out at the campfire. The kids love it. Does this sound like something you wanted to do? And I was like, definitely, sign me up. And we literally, the first trip was like the next weekend.
So explain what a tribe is. Explain exactly.
So the program was run by the YMCA. It was originally called the Indian Princess and Indian Guides, and it was built around a YMCA program that I think started in the 30s, and it was all about the Indian tribes, where their dads were much more involved in their kids than most dads were at that time, and so they called each unit, say 8 families.
Dads,
They would call them tribes, and you chose your tribes. We were in the zebra tribe, and so you camped together, you cooked together, you hung out together.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was a really big system, and you did like tribal council each Saturday night where you sung and did skits and all that stuff.
Was there a specific person besides those that like really was like, yeah, you should, like, this is important?
Well, Mr. Suarez was very big in his family. There was Frank was because his daughter was a little hyper, so that
Mm-hmm.
it calmed her down a bit. Oh my God,
Kurt.
Mm-hmm. Kurt was very big, and he actually had us come on to some of his special deals.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, we went Polar Express with Kurt, completely outside the program. So he was very influential to us. Mr. Mike, was there in the early days. So there was just a good system, a good support group, and everybody did support each other.
So, why do you think we like stuck with camping for so long? What is it about camping that like was really important to you and was like important for you to like provide to me?
I think it came down to you didn't have to worry about showering if you got dirty, which your mum would immediately put you in the shower and stuff. So you were able to do more run around, just enjoy,
like enjoy
lots
nature.
of people, lots of kids, and without the sort of mother rules, the dad rules. Instead of putting you under a shower, we put you under a hose pipe once. So.
And it just also, like, just to throw that out there, all the other dads, like, for the most part, had these really big RVs, so it's kind of like, what is it, like luxury camping? Glamping. But we never got an RV, and all the years that I went camping, we had this little tent, this little red tent, with 2 air mattresses and a sleeping bag, and 1 fan.
1 fan.
Yeah, so thanks. Well, everyone was glamping. Oh, this is good. Did you go camping in your childhood?
Yes, I did. My dad used to take us camping quite a bit. We would camp on the beach.
Oh.
So
let's see. Oh, this is a good one. What was your favorite state park that we went to?
McKinney State Park was...
McKinney Falls.
McKinney Falls. That was always a good one. And then there was was it the Guatemala, Guadalupe
River.
River State Park. That was fun because that's where we did tubing.
I liked Gardner.
Gardner is probably the best.
Yeah. Last question. How do you think camping helped both you and me grow as a person?
Well, it gave you more confidence in yourself. It also made you not rely on everybody, that you had to do certain things, and you got a lot more confidence of, can I play with you? Can I do this? Can I join? Because initially it was, well, go play with them, and you didn't have this sort of parental support group that you had to go and be brave. But once in, you're like, oh, this is amazing. I'm okay, Dad. I don't need you. I'm hanging with the group. I don't need you. So it made you much more stronger, made you more independent. It also made you crave adventure, because it's like, well, they're going to go and do this. You didn't want to be left out, and then it's like, oh, this is actually fun.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole, do I stay by myself or do I do the activity? And then suddenly, oh, this activity is actually fun.
Actually, okay. How did camping help you grow as a person? Last question.
It was basically the bonding. There was no, it was just me and you. You had to depend on each other. You were much more, didn't have to, you couldn't run to Mum.
Yeah, when you bullied me.
As if I bully you. So it was, there was more, it's Dad or nothing. And, it created different bondings, but the whole program was built around the bonding of, the dads and the kids, which is a different bonding from your dad and your mum.
You mean your mom, a daughter and a mom?
Yeah, daughter and a mum. So you have a very different bond to me than you do to your mum.
Yeah. So you bully me.
Oh, totally.